some, get some, bad enough, take some.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 23 of Fangin and Bangin with Gangrel. And unfortunately, we don't have Cadet here today, but we do have my lovely, beautiful, gorgeous daughter, Anna Diaz. And hello, there you go. Say hello. Say louder. Hello.
I don't like my voice.
Hola. Say it in Spanish for me.
Hola, ¿cómo están?
Yes, there you go. To all that people there, too. Yeah, hello. So you notice we got purple on right back here. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're not watching on YouTube, you listen to Spotify. Our background's usually, I don't know, it was Halloweeny with a bunch of fangs, this and this and that. But today we have, and I got a purple shirt on choking me. We have Fangin and Bangin with Gangrel, and we have a lovely, lovely purple background. And why do we have a purple background? Because November is what, Miss Diaz?
Epilepsy Awareness Month.
And what are you, Miss Anna Diaz?
I'm an epilepsy warrior.
That's right. She's an epilepsy warrior. And those who don't know what an epilepsy warrior is, she's an epilepsy survivor. And epilepsy, I don't know, survivor. She's got to live with it the rest of your life, right?
Yeah.
It's a big thing. So it's Epilepsy Awareness Month. We're going to dive into that a little bit after we cover some things and move forward. But we're going to definitely talk about that. That's why we have lovely Anna in, filling in for Miss Kid Cadet. And let's talk about Kid Cadet. She's going through the same things I went through this weekend in travel. It was well, you kind of, Anna knows what I went through. All right, so I was on the road. You got to picture this. This is the old poor vampire, right? I'm hurt. I've tried to hide it a little bit. I've talked about it a lot in here joking, but I'm to the point, and, you know, Anna will say it's too soon to talk about it, but I'm to the point that I might wrap this up if I can't get this thing figured out, because it's going to get to the point of needing back surgery. I had doctor's appointments, but they're not gotten back to me to get another epidural. But I went on the road. Feeling the way I feel with I sympathize with anybody who's got back pains. Anybody that knows this is my true sciatics pinch from my L3, L3, L4, L5. L4 and L5 are bad. L3 is totally sitting on my sciatic nerve, so I can't. My whole left legs are pins and needles, and I can't stand up straight. So I've aged 30 years. Like for Halloween, if I could have got home in time to catch any Halloween parties, I'd have been like Igor or like, you know, the vampire's assistant, the hunchback guy, because I'm walking with the limp. Feed me cockroaches. Give me cockroaches. Let me take care of you, master. Let me find a young virgin for you to kill, you know, like, you know, Igor. So I already got the limp, and I got the limp at the leg and the hump at the back now. So I got a gangster lean to the right, and it ain't a good lean. It's not a good gangster lean. It's just the Gangrel broke down lean. And so I went on the road struggling with this. And now this isn't your average weekend warrior trip. So Friday I did a CCW show in Florida. Saturday I wrestled in Wilbraham, Mass for oh my gosh, Battlefront Pro Wrestling. I wrestled on that show. That was in Massachusetts. Sunday I wrestled for Old School Championship Wrestling in Charleston, South Carolina. Monday, I was back in New York City with my friend Bobby Rydell for a virtual signing with, oh my gosh, he's going to kill me. I think of his name, and I know him. Tommy Ferrer, known him forever. He's grown up in this business. I watched him grow up. So I did a great signing for them. And Tuesday morning, as a nor'easter hit there, and some of you people that follow me on my Instagrams and different things like that, you probably saw me complain about Uber and the jacking of their prices up, going from $12 to $30 for a thing because it was raining outside. Granted, it was raining sideways, and I got soaked getting in the car. My Uber driver was awesome. He got out and he got the wet feet in the puddle too, right along with me. He dropped me off at the Newark airport. So that's Tuesday morning. I jumped on that plane Tuesday, landed in LA, and wrestled Tuesday evening in Burbank, California. You get to see TMD out there, True Muff Daddy, your boy TMD, who will be coming into town when I get married on 2/2/22. Along a lot of other California guys, got to see Patrick Swayze out there. Not the Patrick Swayze you're thinking, rest in peace, but I don't even know his real last name. I think it's Garney, but I always called him Swayze from day one. So I just call him Swayze, not Patrick Swayze. I just call him Swayze. So that was Tuesday. So now picture, I've been grinding Friday through Tuesday. Wednesday, I jump in a car, head down to San Diego for Level Up and do a seminar down there. Then I had Thursday morning to myself, but I couldn't walk. There's no food near me. So another Uber situation. You know, don't ever think you're just going to get if you go out there, and I know I'm just complaining and being cheap. You know this, Anna, right? Yeah, I could be. I'm frugal, Right? Say it. Frugal.
Frugal.
Right?
Yeah.
And in a good way. But I go to order a Chick-fil-A, which your mom truly hates Chick-fil-A, so don't tell her
I've
we got
never
Chick-fil-A.
had Chick-fil-A, so I can't relate.
If you get Chick-fil-A, you're not going back.
Everybody yells at me because I haven't had it yet.
Yeah, well, they're yelling at you for a reason. Chick-fil-A is Chick-fil-A. That's it. It's good.
That's where it's at.
That's where it's at. That's what's up. What do you young kids use for a term now? Lit? Like Raymond says lit.
You say lit? You're one of those guys? Oh, no. I don't use the word lit. I don't know what I...
Like fire. Chick-fil-A is like fire.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Chick-fil-A, that's what's up. Or what? I don't know. I'm hooked up in the 80s.
That's a thing. It's dope.
Dope's still a thing. So Chick-fil-A is dope as hell, yo. So I like... and man, their efficiency. Chick-fil-A's efficiency. Like, there could be like a 20-car lineup and you'll still be out of there in like 5 minutes. They got it down. They send people out, take your order to your window, ask your name. You go up there. They go, you David? They go, yeah. Boom! There's your food. Get on out of here. Enjoy that. And give you some all kinds of sauces. Chick-fil-A sauce. Get a lot of options of sauce. And their waffle fries. Booyaka.
I do like waffle fries.
Waffle fries. They're good. Fries. But your mom refuses to eat Chick-fil-A for like, I don't know, whatever reasons. I think for Joshua, Twilight, Jay Vidal and stuff because...
But he still eats it, so...
He loves Chick-fil-A.
That's his spot.
Yeah, so I guess apparently, I don't know, there was something with gays or something. I'm not sure what it was. Whatever it is, she's still hella protesting Chick-fil-A. She won't eat Chick-fil-A. But she doesn't give me too much crap when I eat it. But if I convert you to eating Chick-fil-A, you might be getting some serious heat. Serious heat.
I don't need the heat.
All right, so I got lost. So, all right, so I go to order Chick-fil-A. This is Thursday now. So I've been on the road since Friday, grinding. I got a show Thursday night. But I can't walk, and I'm in San Diego, and it's not known to be too hilly, but it seems like I'm staying on a hotel with a hill. So I'm like, oh, man, let me walk down. And apparently, COVID has hurt a lot of small restaurants. There were small restaurants there that was closed. There was Tito's burrito place, and I was like, ooh, I don't know. So, but I ate that for breakfast, so like I wasn't going to do that for lunch. So I said, all right, I'm going to order Chick-fil-A on Uber Eats. All right, boom, $9, whatever, the combo, original, whatever, $9.49. Well, $22 later, after like California driver's tax, this tax, that tax, I got my Chick-fil-A with some cold fries and whatever. But the drivers were cool. I don't know what's happening, but I looked in his, he goes, hey man, thanks for not making me walk up. I said, oh, I didn't know you'd come over to the hotel. I didn't think they'd let you through the door. But I looked in there and he had like 30 things to deliver. So he was on the hustle and the grind. So I'm not going to get hot at him. But yeah, it was very expensive. I don't know. California added some driver's tax of $2, this and that. And the tax is out in California. When I did that, I realized, oh, yeah, that's why I moved back to Florida. No, it's not really why I moved back. I moved back to Florida because I was doing bad things. I was a bad, bad man out in California. I did some really bad things. I was if you ask Joey and them, they'll tell you you speak Spanish, so you understand this, right? They call me the king of the Cochino Club. I was not just a member, but I was a leading founder of it. I founded it. Yeah, I'm not just a founder. I'm a member of the Cochino Club, but Cochino Club for life. So, some of the, I was almost outranked. People have no idea what I'm talking about. I guess this is personally for Joey and them out there.
Lifestyle.
Tito tried to push past me, but I'm not going to explain the horrible things he's done, like push me out of the throne of the Cochino Club. But I'm sure I've secretly worked my way back in there somehow, but we're not going to talk about that either. That's for another day, another dime, another dollar, whatever. So let me get back to where I was going. I'm all over the place, Anna. Thanks for all your content over there and talking as much as you're doing. And let me ramble here. Boom, is that coffee this morning. So what is going on here today? Just so glad to be home. And we still haven't even got to the reason why Kid Cadet's not here. So, boom, I get the Chick-fil-A I eat. So I go do a show that night. So Thursday night I do a show there. Friday, travel to Colorado. Saturday morning I got a seminar. Stayed in the building. So Saturday night I got a show. So boom, it's time to come home. Sunday, yay. It's been a long hard run. Been working hard, bumping, barely getting by. And I'm telling you, like Thursday night in Burbank, I worked Derek Watts, and it was tough. He was coming off a concussion, and my back was killing me. And then I had a great match Thursday. Believe it or not, Drew is out there. He's a tremendous worker on Level Up. He's working with Level Up now. B-Boy and the crew out there. Great people. Also, Norris and Amy, thank you. Everybody, thank you on the sloop that made my life really easy working with an injury. So, time to go home. I'm looking forward to getting home. And all my hotels, I had chairs, right? I failed to mention the fact that I still can't sleep in a bed. Like, I have been sleeping in a recliner chair for over 30 days. So I was blessed to have a hotel with chairs in them all the way up to the last few days. So that Friday night, I was honorary as hell. I saw Al Snow and D-Lo. And they were going to go to another show, and they asked me to go, and I said, no, I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to try to sleep. But I got in my room, and there's no chair, and I was like, oh, hell, I should have went to the show. So the first night, Friday, I tried to sleep on the bed. Unsuccessful. It was just mean as heck. I did the seminar all crikey, but I got back and I figured out how, like, I had 2 beds in the room, so I had 8 pillows. So I figured out how to put like 3 pillows on this side, 3 pillows there, 1 under my feet, and I sit against the headboard, the wall. It was no headboard, and it was a microtel, so it's just a wall, if you could picture that. And I put a pillow behind my head. So I was sleeping set up. So time I got that all worked out after the show, it's kind of late, but I got settled in. And I'm sleeping good, and I'm into my first naughty dream, or what kind of dream ever it was. I don't know what's going on. Like, something was going on. I was having a good time because I woke up looking like I was happy, but I don't know what was going on. So, ring, 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 the phone's ringing. It's your mom. It's your mom. And now I don't know if she knew I was having a dream. And I was like, what? I wasn't cheating. So
she might have sensed something.
I think she does have some spider senses. But I'm like, no. And she goes, your flight's been canceled! Like, with a mean voice, because more than me wanting to get home, she wanted me home. She goes, it's canceled. Did you see it? I'm like, oh, no, I haven't seen it. Like, so I'm fumbling because I just went to sleep, and I'm on this gabapentin and stuff, and then I just was into a deep sleep, and I haven't slept in a while, so I'm out of it. I'm like, she's like, I'm going to get you a flight home. What's your TSA number or whatever, my known traveler number? I'm like, what? I'm still trying to figure it out. Then I'm trying to call American Airlines and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you're coming home. I'm like, I am trying. But I'm trying to call American. What is your number? Like, my known traveler number. And I know, in my head, I know she's wanting to buy a ticket or whatever. But that finally, I guessed that. I don't even know. I guessed that my known traveler number. I don't even know how I pulled the right number out. Before I even could move another step, I get a bing, my phone dings, and so like, she sent me a boarding pass for Southwest. So she's like, she wasn't having it. So she dropped $500 out the gate just to get me home one way, you know. So, so at that American Airlines, boo on you. You went and your pilots didn't show up, so boo on the pilot. But I guess they're trying to stand for the right. So for some reason, whatever, it's because they didn't want to be vaccinated. I don't know what the deal was. They all decided not to show up. So even as I was sitting here today in the show, now I was supposed to go home Sunday morning. Granted, this is Tuesday morning. We're filming here. They just sent me an updated flight to go, literally go from Denver to LA to Chicago, and then Chicago to Florida. So they're still trying to get me home, bless their hearts. But it's a Tuesday, and I'm sitting here in the studio. I'd like, oh my goodness. So thank you, Susan, for getting that ticket home and dealing with me in my mid-morning craziness. But this brings me to Kid Cadet and why she's not here. Herself, too, was off at Fanboy Expos, or one of the many conventions she hosts this past few weekends. Now, a couple weeks back, you heard her mention Southwest did the same thing. They canceled all the flights and blah, blah, blah. She spent $500 to get home to the Alice Cooper concert. Remember that, Raymond? Yep. Gotta get home to Alice Cooper. So she dropped that $5 to get home to Alice, but she wasn't dropping $5 to get home to this. So I guess she rode the American Airlines wave out, and she said, I'm not flying Southwest. So she went on American and then American pulled the same crap. So she got duped twice. So the airlines have one-twoed her ass, and I am sure she is not happy. You know, like, you're never happy when you go into work and you put things in budgets. Now, I could get into, like, I could get a little nasty, not with the promoter, but somebody that bought me the ticket. But he is a friend of mine, and I don't know if he listens or not to this or not, but they flew me on miles. And the situation, how it went down, like, when dude said, I'll get my miles back, but I don't know what to tell you about that $500. I'm like, whoa. I wasn't going to ask you for the $500 back, but you could be some sympathy, you know. Like, they don't be surprised if I don't pick the phone up anymore. What's that?
It was his responsibility to do the flight.
He was doing a favor for the other promoter, but that was their deal. But it water under the bridge. It's done. I'll give your moms the money, and because I don't want your mom after me, even though she doesn't want it. She just wanted me home like that. You know how she is when she wants something. Yeah, there's no arguing with that woman.
When she wants something, it's done.
Yeah, right. I'm getting married. 222. I'm joking, Susan. I wanted to.
Have you helped with any of the planning?
But I didn't. You know, she picked the. Do you know who she wants to marry us?
What?
Do you know who she wants to marry?
TMD.
Oh my goodness! See, I go like, what's
well, why not?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the center stage. This is Joey Gate and TMD. If you know what that means, we got two lovely people here getting married. And they're not taking dollars and they're not taking fives. They only want thousands in envelopes. You know, I'm joking, Joey. I'm joking. But
you're like half joking.
I'm half joking. I said, Joey, you can't show up in that Testament shirt, but apparently it disappeared. And I said, I'm sure your girl threw it away. He's had the same cut-off Testament shirt for like 15 years.
Is that a band or something?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you don't know. I mean, Raymond knows who Testament is, right?
I'm not educated to that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry, fans. I'm not educated.
No. Yeah, not a whole lot of. No, Testament rocks. I've seen him in concert like twice with Megadeth. But Cadet is not here today, well, because of American Airlines. So thank you, American Airlines, and screw you. But so she got duked over by Southwest and American. I only got the 1-2 on the back end with American, and your mom wasn't having it, so I was able to get home here today. So sorry, Kid Cadet, if you're out there, anybody out there, can you hear me? Help Kid Cadet get home. Maybe we're gonna start a GoFund Kid Cadet to get her home. A GoFundMe. Seems like everybody has a GoFundMe for something. That seems like a good enough reason to get her back in the studio here. We need to get her back. She's lost. She's out there, lost in translation somewhere. Hello, kid. Help! Spell it out. Rocks in the air. Start a fire in the airport. We'll find you. What town were you? I didn't even know where she was. Knoxville maybe. Maybe she's in Tennessee. Maybe she just drove home. I think that was Knoxville where she's at. Yeah, I bet that was Knoxville where she was at, Tennessee. That's not a bad drive. 12 hours. Yeah, 12. Yeah, you can get home. You just get in that car, ride. Little red Corvette. All right, so we covered that where we're missing Kid Cadet. So what are we moving on to? Did I watch any wrestling? No, I haven't watched any wrestling. I did I think I caught a piece of Raw this morning with Bianca Belair. And
what was her name?
Becky Lynch. Yeah, Becky. A lot of people like Becky Lynch as a heel. I just find it. I mean, nothing against her. I just don't like that character, So I guess as a fan, she rigs me in a way, not the work way. The work's solid, Yeah. Bianca, I love Bianca. I think she's athletic. I like everything about her except for when she smacks her ass, which I think just cheapens her. No. I mean, it's a good ass to smack, but
kudos to your ass. Yeah.
I was just commenting. I commented to Anna this morning. I wish I had ladies like Bianca Belair.
You did say that. Yeah.
She's fine as hell. She's got shoulders and she's a beast, and she's strong and she's athletic. But you can tell that she's green and she's coming on. But I just don't like the hair whip. With the hair whip, I don't know, it's like Indiana Jones. Yeah, she did it today. She hit her. Well, whenever Raw was, I don't know. I just watching it this morning. She hit her with a hair whip, boom, into a transition to get her up for that face bump deal she does.
Yes, yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
so yeah, she hit her with the hair whip, boom, and I don't know, some kind of counter. I don't dig that. I guess it's trying to be creative. If you got long ass hair, you should use it like an iguana. Whap! You ever seen an iguana use the tail?
No.
All the iguanas in South Florida. You've seen those big ass iguanas, right?
Like the ones on the walk.
These ones look like they look like little alligators, but lizards.
They're huge.
They're huge. You see how thick those tails are. That's what they use for a weapon. If you get one of them, corner them, they whip you with that tail. That's what she's doing, is whipping people with a tail like an iguana. She's better looking than an iguana. But
I sure hope you'd think that. Yes.
Yes, I do. Well, all you reptile lovers, Abuda Dean, anybody, if you're listening, iguanas they're a beautiful creature too. Yeah. But I am not flipping around with an iguana. I'm not messing with an iguana. The iguanas in our neighborhood are bigger than the alligators. I'm gonna tell you that.
They're scary.
Oh yeah, they're like prehistoric looking things. There's the orange ones, and then there's they say the black ones. The ones that live in the rocks. When we walk over, there's that one gnarly looking black one by the pond over there by the bench that comes out of the ground.
Oh, that's
they say they're carnivores. They eat meat. So I'm thinking they're looking at Tina they're sizing that little mongrel up, that dog.
And yet, she'll try and attack them. Like if she can do anything.
By the way, Raymond or Anna, should I take it personal? Have you noticed I was gone for a week and that dog hadn't said hello to me yet?
I noticed because I live with you. I don't think Raymond noticed.
I'd
be worried.
Raymond's dog, he's got a big old dog, right? You see Raymond's dog? It's a boxer.
It's the cutest thing ever.
Boxer what mix?
German Shepherd.
German Shepherd boxer, but it looks like this mutated.
He's a beast.
Razorback, mastiff, all jacked up, beautiful dog. But he's so sweet. Says hello, makes eye contact with you, gives you a lick, a little head nod. Come on in, let me get you some food or something. I come home after a week. Your mom's dog is like, oh, he's back. This guy's back. We thought we got rid of his broke ass. He was bent over and limping. We thought you shipped him out and had him euthanized or something or
Tina's
whatever.
Tina's just not a fan. I'm sorry. She's not a fan of me either. So I learned to live with it.
You know what I think is because you're walking her now and your mom walks her and I haven't walked her. She doesn't need me. I was the one who used to run in and do the run-ins, and when it was long hours, and I'd pop up out of nowhere and say, "Come on, dog!" And
you just cut her off.
Well, life did. I was working.
Okay, that too.
I just cut her off.
That too.
I'm sleeping with her. I cut her off. It's a dog. What the hell's going on? What are you saying?
life cut you off with the walks and all that. I don't know. Maybe her feelings.
Life has been kind.
Maybe her feelings are hurt. She has feelings too.
I know something was wrong when Metodi, he brings me a bracelet with a bunch of eyeballs on it, and I said, "What's this for?" Ward off the evil spirits. I go, "Well, you gave one to Anna and Susan, but they only have an eyeball every other bead. You gave me all eyeballs." He goes, "Oh, you got more bad karma and spirits on you." Like, what is this Bulgarian seed that I don't see?
He senses it off of people.
I don't
It's
know.
very
He had
weird.
his mom make it, and he has aunts sew some stuff. But all right, so we'll get to Metodi, and what do they know him as in the wrestling world? What's he called here? Meadow. We'll get to that because he's going to be on your second annual. What's it called?
WWOFL show. Yes.
WWOFL. We want to explain that since we're on that here. We'll get to that. What is it?
Well, WWO stands for We Will Overcome,
right?
And it's for We Will Overcome Epilepsy, which
and Florida's FL, right?
So, yeah, in
so
Florida.
We Will Overcome.
I partner with Epilepsy Florida, which is an amazing organization which help with so many services for people living with epilepsy. They also do treatments as well, but they're not doctors. But they work with certain like housing facilities and things just to make life a little easier for people that have epilepsy. So I try to do a fundraiser every year for them. Right. Show them that we appreciate them.
Okay, cool. Well, the fundraiser. We'll get back to the fundraiser. So let's rewind. Everybody, we're gonna take it back a few. We can take it back just even 1 year. We want to get to the attitude, but we're gonna rewind it back. Let's rewind it back. So we got now we're picturing a little Miss Anna Diaz before your wrestling, little baby Anna, who I did see pictures in TRs, not just like.
I have
Nike
no idea
sports pants and baseball caps backwards.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
This beautiful little girl, Ana Blanca Diaz. Ana Blanca, that's a good wrestler name. Ana Blanca from the Bronx, right? What do you think, Raymond?
Yeah.
Ana Blanca from the Bronx. You got Jenny from the block or Jenny from the Bronx. Throw the attitude. Look, she's throwing the horns up there. She's down. Ana Blanca from the Bronx. All right. So, what can you remember? And I'm just trying to take everybody back because I don't know, and I can't even imagine if Anna. You're a little girl. Do you remember your first memories of comprehending that there was something different with you than other people with the epilepsy or the seizures or anything?
I couldn't tell you a moment that I realized it because I don't really, I don't have the greatest memory in the world, or I don't even know I don't remember what I wore yesterday.
Yeah, me neither, though, so we can't blame
right?
epilepsy. Maybe old age should be chair shots, but
I just don't have the greatest memory. Okay. I know. Like the last, and you've seen it, like the last year or two, I've just I've tried to accept it a little bit more, but I couldn't tell you the moment that I found out, hey, you have something that not everybody has, but it's okay.
Okay, so if you just tuned in, we're talking to Anna Diaz, my daughter, and we were talking the Epilepsy Foundation, and she's working with Epilepsy Florida, and we're talking her journey right now on talking about with epilepsy. I'm not quite sure how to put it. So you go from there, and then your first sports, or did mom say you can't do sports, or did you want to do things, or what
Absolutely not. Yeah, no. My mom is the greatest mom ever, and she would never hold me back from doing anything just because I live with epilepsy, and nobody else should do that. Like, forbid you from doing anything. That's ridiculous. But my first sport was actually gymnastics at the age of like 6.
6. So now at 6, you knew you had epilepsy, right? You kind of understood.
Yeah, that's when I got diagnosed. Yeah,
diagnosed. Okay, so and you said, "Hey, mom, I want to do gymnastics."
No, I think she just put me in it.
Oh, she put you in it.
Yeah, she put me in it. Yeah,
All
she's just like, hey, you're going to do this. And I'm super grateful for it because I freaking love gymnastics.
Mm-hmm. Me too. I like the floor routines. You know that. You see me creeping it out.
The floor routines.
Yeah.
and it helped with wrestling for sure.
She's actually caught me. I'm like, Anna, you should watch this movie, Stick It. Oh, I love that movie. I watch all the horrible movies, Stick It.
The Bring It On.
Bring It On.
I did cheerleading too, so
Bring It On 1, 2, 3, all of them. So
I can appreciate the Bring It Ons.
Yeah, you gotta check out the craft. You check out Craft. You like Craft, but also All American. I talked about binge watching All American. It's a tremendous show. But Raymond's never even heard of that either.
What? No, that's the greatest show ever. Yeah, that's a really good show.
I love All American, but obviously I missed my teenage years as a kid, so I'm reliving them somehow. So through these shows. But all right, so you're doing gymnastics. I think if I got this right. You did cheerleading too? Because I saw pictures of you in a cheerleading thing. Whether you want to admit it or not, like
We don't talk about that anymore. But yes, I did cheerleading actually because I couldn't get to like the gymnastics
Can you
class.
give us a cheer? You got a cheer? Do you remember
Absolutely
a cheer?
not. No.
Like 1, 2, Anna Diaz is coming for you. That's what I got. That's all I got.
I wasn't introduced to Gangrel at the time, so I don't think I knew that chant.
That might have been a Freddy Krueger. Wow. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know.
It was like
but
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, you better lock your door.
That's just a creepy cheerleader.
5, 6, go. Well, Freddy Krueger was creepy. They burnt him in a boiler basement. He came back and killed everybody in their dreams. First kill scene that I loved was when he killed Johnny Depp. Like, sucked him through his bed. You gotta watch it. I think you haven't seen these, have you?
It's a cool death, though.
Nightmare on Elm Street. I think you need to watch Nightmare on Elm Street. I know Halloween's over for everybody. It's not for me. It's year round. So you gotta check out Nightmare on Elm Street, Anna. That's what we should have watched. We were trying to watch Halloween the other night, and you fell asleep on it. Whatever. It was the one where
Those are right.
Yeah, but the Rob Zombie one I really love. When they go deep into the mind of Michael Myers and how he evolved and became Michael Myers. That was good. I'm a big Rob Zombie fan, and I think you would love some Rob Zombie there. Not the second one he did though, but Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one's the best one. So we'll watch that. We'll get that done sometime this week.
Gotta get it on the list.
Yep, put it on the list. So, all right, so we done. All right, so your mom enrolled you in gymnastics. So I'm assuming you asked to be a cheerleader because you wanted to feel like a little girl or something.
I did. I don't think I wanted to feel like a little girl. I did it because I couldn't get to my gymnastics class with my school schedule.
Oh, okay.
It started my class started right when school ended, so I couldn't get there.
So did epilepsy affect any of these things? Did you have seizures while you were doing this and stuff? And if you did, you remember how the other kids reacted and stuff like that?
I don't remember. I think the other kids were just worried. Like they would be confused as to like what happened. Never anybody like treat me badly or be like, what is this chick doing? Like they just were legit like concerned.
How did you feel? Were you
I was just embarrassed. Like I guess like any other kid would.
Nobody
be.
should be though, right?
No, absolutely not. That's a mistake. Okay. No, I mean, yeah, I was just embarrassed because for all I know, somebody else on the cheer team could have had epilepsy and they didn't want to tell me. But I felt like it was the weirdest thing in the world and I don't want to share it or tell anybody that I have it.
Yeah. Hence, you never liked the color purple.
No. Well, I hate the color purple in general. This makes me hate it more, but it's not
now, though. Not now. Let's be clear.
Well, yeah. Not now. Now I accept it, but it's just also not a flattering color on me. I'm just
no, but you didn't like. You were just like, I remember when I first met you, and I go, "Oh, Anna, what purple? Don't mention that color." You're like, you were very mad at the world. But we'll get to the point where you got mad. Right now, I think you're so young. You're gymnastics, you're cheerleading, you're in like elementary school at these points, and going maybe 6th grade, getting into the middle school. So you're not quite comprehending like how it's changing your life compared to everybody else's, I don't think, from what you're telling me. So as you move forward, we'll skip past. So give me like when did you start getting angry? Because we'll get into it. Because I think people that might be listening to this that have epilepsy might want to understand it. They might be in that awkward spot you were at a certain point. Because I know when I first met you, you never left the room. You're very isolated, very upset. You had very little things going on in your life, but you came to wrestling. But after that, you went home and closed the door and shut the whole world out and like kind of lived in your room. And I'm just being honest. And then I think maybe some other people might be going through these emotions. So at what point did you start feeling upset and angry with, I don't know, God, the world, epilepsy, or the whole everything and every damn thing in general? Do you remember when that was?
Yeah, I think it was like I said earlier, I can't really give you like a day, but I think it was just the period where I was in high school, the middle of like 8th grade. I had to leave school because I would have seizures during school and I would like fall out of like my desk and like I would fall like in the hallways and stuff, and I would always end up like in the nurse's office just waiting for my mom or dad to pick me up.
Man.
So my mom was like, "Hey, I don't think this is working." Like I always said like I was a walking hazard pretty much because I can hurt.
You said that?
Yeah, because I can hurt myself or I can hurt somebody else, like just falling on them or something.
Well, true in a way, yes, you could hurt people and all that, but I don't know if I would clarify yourself as a walking hazard.
Dramatic, yeah.
Well, I mean, just it is what it is and it ain't what it ain't. You got to put it in a positive spin.
Uncle Cracker.
Yeah, Uncle Cracker, right? There you
Great
go.
song.
You listen to that, but you don't Testament. But okay. Now you said that the other kids, they reacted in one way when you were a cheerleader in gymnastics. Now, at the high school level, did they act a different way?
I think that I remember once a couple kids like saw me fall and they were laughing. They were like, "What is she doing?" And like they started giggling with each other.
Kids.
Yeah.
Now that you think about it, but then
Kids.
that's probably very traumatic to your psyche.
Well, I'm just like, yeah, because you can't control what's going on when you have a seizure. Sort of can now because they're not as bad, but then I couldn't because they were really bad. Your whole body like takes over.
And we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Did you already have your first surgery by this point in high school? Because you had 5 brain surgeries now.
Total, yeah.
5 brain surgeries. Imagine that. Except her last one. I'm gonna tell you this. You had her last one. And she was back in the ring within a month, I would say. She wasn't probably supposed to be, but she was back in the ring training to wrestle again. So she's not just an epilepsy warrior; she's just a damn warrior, you know. So, but
Don't tell my doctor that.
all right, we won't tell anybody that. Like nobody's listening to this. Don't worry. So it's just us, anyways. Us and Raymond. But no, there's Curve Solo, and there's some few people out there listening to it. But I don't know. I don't see Pandora's box today. I'm a little worried. Where's the box? What's in the box? Where's the damn box? But so he didn't even know where it is. He forgot about the box. So high school. Now you thought you were a walking hazard, so you already put like a negative black cloud on yourself. You said that some kids you do remember laughing at you, and that's a horrible thing to do, but they are kids. They don't. People react in different ways in groups and stuff and packs, and I'm not justifying it. I'm not defending them. It's shitty, but I've probably done some crappy things like that too. And then later in life, I have, and then later in life go, oh man, I wish I could find this person and say I'm sorry, but you can't take it back. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't, right? So, you can only just pray to your higher power for forgiveness. Unless you run across these people again, but it's really hard when you move around.
I wouldn't even be able to point them out, to be honest. I just know it happened, but...
Yeah, but it made you feel like crap, right?
Pretty much.
So then were you happy to go to a private schooling than homeschool?
I don't think... No, I wasn't happy to actually go to a homeschool. I hated it.
Because you were stuck at home all the time?
Yeah.
Or with your grandma?
Yeah, well...
Or was your...
At first it was my grandma, yeah. I would do schooling at my grandma. You would it wasn't online schooling how it is now. I would call over the phone.
Right.
So it's a little weird, but...
Which you had to check in more. I think you're required more now. It could turn a computer on.
Yeah. But yeah, I did it at my grandma's, and then after a couple years, I did it at home, just in my room.
All right, so now you went from being social, gymnastics, cheerleading, coming up through things, having a social life with other kids and building friendships, then getting to high school, and then pretty much probably losing any of your friendships, right? So,
well, friendships, yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I get it. Friends are a strong word, but people, you were hanging out socially and stuff. And it probably made it hard to have boyfriends and all that other stuff, so you missed that whole boat. So how did you transition from all that and then go to a wrestling school? How does that happen? How do you go from homeschool, and then you're taking out all social things, and I can tell you this, people, wrestling and wrestling schools and wrestlers, it could be a Shark Tank of everything, there's some vicious people out there to prey on you, your weaknesses, manipulate, be mean, everything, and not all of them. I mean, not the schools I run kind of get a control of that, but because we're run tight ship and we're taught discipline and respect and stuff like that. But you get thrown into a school, you don't get thrown into it. You stepped into it. You willingly dove into this tank. How did that happen?
It's a good question. I just remember after school, I would always watch wrestling, and I just always loved it. And it was a period when because with my dad and my brother, I would always watch Impact or TNA. Mm-hmm. And then my brother's like, hey, you need to watch WWE. And I wasn't against it. I liked my group of people I watched, and I just stick to TNA. But then I finally got into WWE. And then I was just like, this stuff is cool.
All right, so let me. So your dad and your brother are watching TNA, and then you got the WWE. How many brain surgeries had you had up to this point to try to get epilepsy under control? And was it under control?
3.
3. So you're at 3 right there. Okay. So the last 2 I know that you had. I know you. Okay. So you had 3 of them. You started watching wrestling. Apparently, not Angelico, but El Generico was one of your favorite wrestlers or something.
Yeah.
Who's that? Sammy guy, Callahan, whatever.
Sami Zayn, but they're
Sami
different
Zayn.
people.
I don't get me hot. What?
They're different people.
How are they different people? He's just wearing a mask.
No. El Generico is he's a different person.
Okay.
He just is.
Okay.
Don't argue with me.
I'm not gonna argue your wrestling. All right. You're an El Generico fan, not a Sami Zayn. I don't know. Whatever. El Generico it is. So you want to be a wrestler. You want to get into wrestling. But you have epilepsy, and now you've been in those social circles. So you step into a wrestling school, boom. I know your mom surprised you, like, hey, we're going to check a school out. And then you went to WrestleMania or SummerSlam or something like that. Right? Because she's a great woman. She's a great lady. She'll go out around the world and back to make you happy. So was it hard to train with epilepsy? I want to go through this for people. But listen, the point I'm getting to, and it may seem that it's drug out and everything here. If you're going through stuff out there, I want you, and the reason she's here today, she wants you, I believe, to know that there is hope and there is a light at the tunnel. Don't do what she's done, which we didn't cover much, but I'm going to cover it a little bit. But when I met her, she was isolated, shut the world out. Never thinking she could go anywhere, never thinking she could do anything. Even although she was at a wrestling school doing amazing things, she still didn't feel she was worthy and wanting to be out in the world. And she was mad and cursed with epilepsy. It's not a curse, you know. 1 out of how many people have epilepsy? I mean, how many people? Give me the stats.
1 out of 10 people
1 out of 10
will suffer from seizures, and 1 out of 26 are going to develop epilepsy.
Right. Okay. So 1 out of 10 will suffer from seizures. 1 out of 26
are going to develop epilepsy.
10 out of 26.
No, 1.
1. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well. All right. So, and there's another stat on the back of that. What's the other one?
50% of the time, people that do have epilepsy, they're not going to know the cause of it. So.
Right. So there's not a cure for it at all.
No, there's no cure.
No cure for epilepsy.
And I'm part of the 50%. So I don't know why I have it. I just do. It just developed.
Okay. So, but she's gone through these stages in life. I don't know if you're going with it. She had a social life, epilepsy. She tried gymnastics, but then whatever schooling reasons, whatever, ended up cheerleading. But then as she moved forward, she was dealing with it, but you were young, so it wasn't a thing. But then when you were in high school, it was a thing. You were having seizures. You felt you're a hazard to everybody. And the next thing you know, you're pulled out of school. Kids are laughing. You didn't, quite comprehend it. But now you're already being negative on yourself instead of thinking, hey, they're wrong. You're being negative. So people, don't be negative on yourself, right? Don't put a black cloud over yourself. Don't put a scarlet letter on yourself. Don't judge yourself, man. You're beautiful people, and you're made just the way you're supposed to be, and you're amazing, and all in your own ways. I don't know what your talents are, but I'm sure you got plenty of them. As I know, this young lady's talents here is professional wrestling. So you're in the school. Was the struggle hard with the epilepsy just when you're starting out? Because I imagine, they don't know what causes epilepsy, but it's a lot of, when you're landing and taking headshots, I don't think that could be good because it's where it starts, right? It's triggered in the
in the brain. For me, it's my back right side of my brain is where it comes from, but it affects my left side.
Okay, it affects your left motor skills, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, the right side of the brain affects the left side motor skills. Right, okay. So, you're training. Did you run into any, and then again, I met her on her first few days at the school, but I was helping at a school. I was touring a lot overseas and stuff. Did you encounter any negative stuff with the epilepsy, or was it a hard journey, or how?
From what I remember when I started, I don't remember any seizures happening, but I know once you opened your school, I know that, and you've seen it, that I've had to take a knee during practice in the corner or something, or if we're running a drill, I'll stop real quick and back up just because a seizure will come on, because usually it'll happen either if I'm overheated, which is why I don't stay outside too long, or when I'm just overtired.
Okay. So, yes, I've seen those type of seizures, but I've also seen some very bad seizures, like that you don't remember that I've seen.
Yeah.
I've seen you twist in ways and stuff that no human being should be able to survive. No, so these are what you remember, but I've seen you have some horrible seizures, not at wrestling. So, but what I'm getting to is you were able to wrestle. And I'm telling you, she's saying she has like a certain type of seizures, but myself and her mom, we've witnessed where your head's turned around, your arms, your legs are split past the back of your head, and you're contorting in ways that, like, I don't know how a person can contort. So you don't remember these things, but but let's, like, why were you so isolated? Even though you started training then, you're wrestling. Why, when I met you, can you explain? I mean, I'm not trying to, like, break through a wall here or another barrier. I'm not trying to push you somewhere you don't want to be, but I feel one of the reasons I want you in here today is because you're doing amazing things, and we're going to talk about We Will Overcome. But it's your journey, how you got to We Will Overcome. So when I met you, you never came out of this room, and you really didn't have anything nice to say unless it was at wrestling. Like once you left the wrestling training, you just, can you explain like that darkness you're in, that funk or what you were feeling, like, can you explain your isolation and how you felt? Because I'm sure there's people out there that feel like you, a lot like you, and I believe depression, suicide, all that I believe is so real and so in our faces, but we all ignore it here, and people are going through some things. So maybe you can explain how you felt, and maybe, and then where you are now, how you got to now, to maybe it can help some people out there. Lots of people, I believe, not just some people, lots of people.
Yeah. No, I just felt hopeless. Because, I mean, yeah, I did all these sports, and, like, epilepsy I tried it to never let it affect me. But it does. Like, you're not able to drive. People see you having seizures. Your parents are always worried about you going out with friends or something, which I'm grateful as hell that
friends or boyfriends.
Friends.
Okay.
Yes, I have friends. Some friends.
Okay. All right. Go on.
Not many.
But like you were like in that room, Anna, and like I remember it was around the COVID time when you were forced to spend time with me. It was like, well, you weren't forced, but like it was your only option to get out of that house. If you're gonna get out of that house, I would drive to Miami and pick you up. But, like, you would never leave that room, and you, like, I would ask you, like, do you feel like hurting yourself? Are you suicidal? Like trying to talk to you was like talking to like,
a wall,
a dark wall. Like,
it just bounces back at you. And
well, yeah. Can you help explain? Like you said, you felt hopeless and this and that, but why did you feel hopeless? Because you couldn't drive? Because your parents? You said your parents were worried about you, but was it like things in life you think like? Let me just give you for example. Like I can only guess. I don't know. You say hopeless. Was it hopeless because I'm never gonna be able to go make it in wrestling, something I love so much, because I have epilepsy. I'll never be able to get a driver's license. So why does it matter? I'll never pass the physical for WWE. Everybody's going to be worried that if I tell them I have epilepsy, which you should tell everybody. I believe you should tell everybody everything so they know what to do, and everybody should be aware of epilepsy, which you do now. That they're not going to want to work with me, or they're not going to do this or this or that. I'll never have a boyfriend. I'm never going to have a life. Like, I'm going to have a life like everybody else. Because now you're older and you're realizing you see everybody else's lives. You see the high school life you maybe missed. Then you get around wrestling, which is a bunch of over-ass grown men and women actors like, that should still be in high school in some kind of way. So, like, I'm only trying to throw that out there because these are the vibes I was picking up off you.
Everything you said was true. I'll never be able to drive. I'll never be able to go anywhere in wrestling. I'll never be able to live on my own. I'll never be able to keep a steady job. All of those things are true, and that's all that I was feeling. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna stay in my room and just not bother anybody and just give up on life. That's how I felt.
Okay, so we're there. That's where you're at, and you were in that funk for like 2-3 years, I suppose, right? 2-3 years, you're just not leaving your room. You're horribly depressed. Now, this is where I think. COVID, I believe, forced a lot of families to stay at home, work together, and maybe they became stronger. Unfortunately, some people probably distanced each other, but a lot of families grew stronger. And I think when COVID came, they had to shut the school down. So the gyms were closed, everything was closed. But I was dating your mom, but then I would come up to pick you up because we would work in the school and do things and do very private lessons, very controlled private lessons. They were sanitized and everything. So me and you would go there and spend from like 8 or 9 in the morning till 6, 7 at night till your mom got off or either picked you up or I drove you home. So COVID put us together to spend a lot of time. So what changed in that? What changed in that COVID time? What changed for you that maybe can help other people? What happened in there was...
I feel like you just gave me confidence. We talked a lot. You gave me confidence that, like, I'm really no different.
Well, I'm not looking for praise. I'm just I'm asking you what changed for you. Like.
Well, I'm telling you what changed for me.
Okay.
No, you would tell me that, like, hey, you're really no different than anybody else. You know, you have your struggles, but why are you gonna let your struggles affect your whole life? Because it doesn't. You just have to work around them, and there's always a way to work around them.
So, what would you say to the people out here that's listening that might be going through what you're going through?
Just to, not stay in a dark room for over like 2 or 3 years to talk to somebody.
All right, because a lot of people might not have an option. They feel like there's anybody they could talk to that will understand them. Is there a hotline? Is there any epilepsy?
If you go to
or even depression too, because if you're feeling depressed, please reach out to like there's, I'm sure Raymond's put it up before, the suicide hotlines and different things like that.
There's a suicide hotline. I don't remember the exact number. And also, if you go, for people with epilepsy, if you go to epilepsyflorida.com, they have a 24/7 hotline for any questions or just to see how you're feeling, and they're there to make sure you're okay and you're not going to do anything hazardous to yourself.
Listen, we're all beautiful flowers in the world, but if we shut ourselves in a dark room and give no sunlight and no positive rays, we're not going to grow. We're just going to wilt and slowly die. So please don't do that to yourself. Force yourself out of that square, that box you're in. Get outside of it. Reach out to somebody. Talk to somebody. Don't give up hope. And speaking of not giving up hope, you, the person that didn't want to talk about epilepsy, you didn't want to mention the color purple. If your mom was doing an epilepsy run or walk, you'd be like, I can't even make the words you would say about someone or the signs or the facial expressions you'd make. They were all negative. Now we're gonna come full circle to before we get to that, let's talk about your last brain surgery. Okay, so from what I know, they told you they went in. The fourth one was exploratory, and they said, Anna, either you gotta hope for better medicines to work, because your epilepsy, where they thought they could go in and cut it out, was too close to your motor skills, like you were talking before. So it's in the right side. You would have possibly suffered like stroke symptoms or lost complete use of your left side. So they tell you this, they send you home to think about it, and the only other option, they say to pray for better medicines or try a pacemaker. So, and you opted to
try the pacemaker.
Right. So how's that going?
It's going good so far. They still need to make a couple adjustments just so it stops every seizure that I have. Right now, it doesn't stop all of them. It only stops like bigger ones, which I'm completely grateful for because those suck.
I've seen some of these big ones. Not even the ones you're talking about. You don't even remember the ones I've seen. So that's amazing. But go ahead.
But yeah, every couple months I go in for a follow-up. They see how I'm doing. They adjust their wires or stuff on their computer, and
now you would have never thought, like, you weren't all about this pacemaker at first, right?
No, I wasn't. I really wasn't.
Then you went to a wrestling show. You already had the pacemaker done. Then you went to a CCW wrestling show at one of the Bash of the Breweries, right? And then you met somebody else that had this, that goes to your same doctor and has a pacemaker, right? Yeah. And how's her life with it?
Her life is great with it.
Her life's awesome, right? Your life's awesome. All our lives are awesome, right? But you're doing good. So if you don't know what a pacemaker is, like, I guess it's similar with the heart. Is they insert this pacemaker in a battery, because I can feel the battery in your head when I touch it. So like, it intercepts your seizures, it reads your mind and your brain waves and stuff like that. So it intercepts it and kind of balances out that keeps you from having seizures, right? So
pretty much,
that's incredible. So that's really incredible. So with that, you were back in the ring in a month, and you're doing great, and you're getting results, and knock on wood and stuff like. Well, that's cheap. Well, they're knock on wood. Sorry, Raymond. In another few months, you might possibly be able to do what?
Might be able to drive.
Yes, you might be able to get a license.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. I mean, I probably jinxed it knowing me, but no, that's me being negative on myself. So yes, in a few months. So that's amazing. Your journey's come from you're boom, boom, boom to here. You never think you have something. So and now before the pacemaker, you started WWO. We Will Overcome, right? And you ran your first show. It was at the Dania Beach Casino. Mm-hmm. Right, it was a successful show. You raised money for Epilepsy, Florida. Life changes, things change. We're in a smaller venue, but you're running another show, and so, want to tell us about it?
Yeah, this same thing from last year applies.
Oh wait, they don't know last year, so I'll explain it.
I will.
All right.
All proceeds are going to go to Epilepsy, Florida, which again is an amazing organization. This year we have a lot of the same wrestlers, but a couple new faces too, and just switched up a little bit. Epilepsy Florida is actually going to be there this year, and they're going to be handing out like informational packets and like these little brain erasers that they have, which are actually kind of cool. Okay, brain erasers. I'm looking forward to seeing that. All right, so they're going to come now. It's where will this be held? At the CCW Arena in Pompano. Okay, so that's we were hoping to get a bigger venue, but we got, well, you got it. I didn't do anything, honestly. I didn't do anything this time. I wanted to. I really did, but I didn't. But you've done all this on your own within some help with CCW. They've offered you their school, their training facility to do this in, which they set up, and it holds, what's it hold, about 150? So, so they offered that facility up. They were looking for a better one. They run so many shows and are so booked up. That was the only free weekend. Yeah. They try to make everything work. And what's the date on it? It's the 7th of November. That's this weekend, the 7th of November. That's a Sunday. At what time? At 4 p.m. 4 p.m. And there is tickets left. And where can they get tickets to help? Even if you just want to buy it or donate or anything to Epilepsy Florida, give us some of that information. At ccwrestling.com, they have the poster up. And if you go to WWOFL on Facebook or Instagram, all the information is on literally every post. Okay, so all this money goes to Epilepsy Florida. Yes, sir. Okay, Epilepsy Florida, awesome. And I know you turned. I remember the last show we did at the big venue. There was a lot of help from the city and different things. And you I remember one creepy dude was wanting to tell you to keep the money and do this and that, but you turned everything over to Epilepsy Florida, every last thing you made. Absolutely. So and your mom, she's a big supporter. So we need to get some tickets sold out there. I mean, or just come by and donate, or go in there and donate to the thing. It's a great thing. You're gonna help people. You're helping people help people, like. To understand things and to get a little, I mean, I don't know if they can ever cure epilepsy, but they can reach out and reach out to different people and situations as like yourself. And come on, so I'm super proud of you as a father or somebody that's helped trained you or trained you throughout your wrestling career. And I don't want to, but I'm proud of you, like super proud of watching the journey you've been on to go from the person that wouldn't come out of the room, wouldn't even talk about this, to running your second show. And I know it's a smaller venue this time around and everything else, but I think this show probably means more to you this time around. Yeah. Because, I mean, absolutely. You've done this all, like, you're just everything. I know it was last, like, what did you do, prepare a month? I know we should have been preparing 3 months out. I know you thought about it, but I don't think you were sure you were going to do it. I wasn't, no. We were in the middle of moving to the other school, and I wasn't sure if I was going to go through with it or not. So it's a little last minute, but it'll still be great. Yes, it's still going to be amazing because it's for an amazing thing, and you're doing it, so you do amazing things. And we're looking forward to it. So that'll be WWO Florida too. Well, help me out with that. On Facebook. Because I didn't do any of my research, although I live with you. I've been on the road and I've been dealing with some stuff, so I'm not like hip to the skip or whatever's going on. Hip to the hop, hip to the skip, hip to the hop, the boogie, the boogie, the bang, bang. Everybody said up, jump the boogie, down. Never mind. That's a hip, hop, a hippie to the hippie, the hip, hip, a hop. You don't stop around it. So, Raymond hates when I do that. Like, he's so Caucasian. It's catchy. What's up?
All right, so again, where can they donate? I know I'm beating this over and over.
On WWOFL, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything.
Okay, and they can get tickets there too.
Yes.
And get your tickets. You can take a chance. Even show up at the door. I'm sure you can slide in. We'll find a spot for you if it's sold out. But I know there are tickets out there. Unfortunately, there's still tickets out there. So go, please donate, buy tickets, please. All right. So before we move on to Pandora's box, and I don't have Cadet here, but I'm gonna go, what's in the box? And she'll say, what's in the box? You'll be able to say it. Are you gonna fill in for it? Go, what's in the box? Gotta say it. What's in the box?
With the high pitched voice and
yes,
everything?
yes. Just like Brad Pitt crying like a little girl. What's in the box? It was his wife's head, by the way. That's what was in the box.
What's in the box?
There you go. So,
That's all
all right. Anything else you want to say before we go?
I mean,
to anybody out there about epilepsies?
I think I covered everything, but if you don't want to reach out to those hotlines, because I can understand it's a little difficult sometimes, you can just reach out to me on WWOFL. I oversee everything, and it's somebody who understands what you're going through. So.
All right, tremendous. So thank you for opening up on that and everything else. So now you got to say it
again.
Yes. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
There you go. Close enough. So if you want to put that little guy with the traps, you say that he has more traps than me down. You said it. You can't kick it back. It's forever there. It's forever there, and it's on tape. So this is Pandora's box, and I think I spin it around maybe the other side. I'm not sure. There's a latch. So what you're going to do is, I'm sure you watch the show because your mom has forced you to watch and listen. So everybody, if you're listening on Spotify, it's Pandora's box. She's going to open, like a glow. Yeah, they might put you. So she usually does that, so I had to do that for her. So so she's here in spirit. And then you'll read a question, and then if you can read it, and then I'll answer it if it's possibly able to be answered.
Ooh, Raymond, your handwriting.
Pretty sure Cadet said the same thing.
This is from David_San3 saying...
David _San3. What's David saying?
Do you think CM Punk's hype is dead?
Well, Kid Cadet should have been here for that. That's a Kid Cadet question. She likes CM Punk. Do I think his hype's dead? I don't know. Do you? You like CM Punk? Somebody has a CM Punk jacket in their house. I see it like a little
I do, but my mom stole it. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of hers now.
Okay. So do you think CM Punk's hype is dead? Have you watched it? Have you been paying attention?
I've watched a little bit of it. I watched his promo when he debuted. I don't think it's dead.
I don't think it's dead either. I just don't. I'm not sure where it's gonna go. So I can't rightfully answer it because I've been on the road since he debuted. I think it still seemed like boom, it was there. CM Punk was still something, but I haven't seen where it's gone the last few weeks since then because I've been like hurt, and then I've also been just on the road, so I haven't watched any AEW to tell you the truth. Raymond, what do you think over there? You got an opinion on that? You watching and stuff, aren't you?
This thing is not as hype as people thought it would be. I don't think Tony Khan's got an investment for it.
Well, I mean, I think this is hype dead too. If you got to look at it too, you brought in so many people. You brought in American Dragon, all these. I mean, you're sharing a light all at one time with different people coming in, and it seems like Dragon's putting a lot of matches in where Punk's doing more promos. I'm not sure, so I haven't watched it, so I can't really comment on it. But maybe like Raymond says, maybe it's not as big as what people thought it would be, but he's still seeing Punk, and he's still pretty cool. Yeah, you still like him, right?
I like him. Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah, he bought everybody ice cream apparently at one show.
I want ice cream.
I want ice cream too. That's why we want ice cream. We didn't buy any ice cream at this house. Go on. What's in the box? What's in the box? Question 2.
This is from Simone_Phoenix.
Phoenix?
Yes.
Okay, Simone_Phoenix.
Have you visited Australia? We would love to have you here.
Which part of Australia is she from? Doesn't say.
No, it doesn't say.
Okay. Yes. Phoenix_Simone. Simone_Phoenix. I have visited Australia. I've wrestled in Australia a lot. Yes. Australia. Where do I start? Perth. Got a lot of great memories. I also got one dodgy memory there. But Sydney, Melbourne, all of Australia is beautiful. It's just the most gorgeous place, I think. The coastlines and stuff. Even if you go out in the outback, it's still beautiful in its own way. And it's such a huge, huge continent or whatever. It's just I don't even know if I use the right word for that. I'm not like very schooled or nothing, but it's a beautiful country, beautiful people. I've wrestled there, I don't know, multiple times. I spent like almost a month doing a wrestling tour there with like WWA or something like that. It was an amazing tour. The women can be aggressive in Australia.
Aggressive.
Yeah, it can be aggressive, right? So, Perth, which I love that city. It's a little bit of everything, but like, have I ever told you about getting raped in Australia? No.
Maybe.
You know, it's rape. I
don't think it was in
Australia. I think it was rape. It's Australia.
He didn't mention it.
It was Australia. Like, I remember Australia because you don't forget something like that. It was in Perth, as a matter of fact, to be correct. So, it's my fault. Like, so I'm not going to mention any of these other wrestlers' names or whatever. But we land, we get there. It's been a long tour, and they all want like this or something. So like I'm like, oh, like, can you find it, Dave, or whatever? Sure. I had some kind of gift. I could walk in any bar, read the room, and go, hey, you, what's up? And I could find stuff like that. It's not a good. It's not a good Jedi skill or anything like that. It's not a good superpower, but it was a power. So it was asked upon a few of these wrestlers who were to be named later, maybe if they piss me off, but I won't do it anyways because that's just not who I am. But so I get this said product, and they all go to the room, and they're like, all of a sudden, they're like all scared to take it, like, or whatever, which I get. Nowadays, I get. Back then, I didn't care, but now I'm like, oh, yeah, no thanks. But so we agreed to all take one at the same time, right? So I didn't pay attention, but nobody took it but me. So, because they were scared. They didn't know. Like, they're like, how did I get that so fast? And who was this girl that we got it from? So, this said girl starts hanging out with me. We go back downstairs. Now, unbeknownst to me, they didn't take it. And then she would give me, oh, take another one. And then she wasn't ugly by no means. She was gorgeous. Drop dead gorgeous, actually. And, but I was, married to Luna. It's like, so this is not a good thing. Like, I should not even have been talking to her, but like, now this said drug is taking over my system because she's giving me another one. I look around and like literally the next day I asked everybody, what the hell happened? They go, well, we didn't take it. Like, we were scared. Like, we didn't know. But by the end of the day, by the end of the night, I've already taken like 5 hits. So, apparently I was drugged from club to club to club, and all these guys went too. And they're like, and a couple of these guys have tried to pick up this girl later. Like, they've asked me for her number and stuff. I don't know her number, but like, so I'm going to get to it. Don't worry. I'm going to get to it. So a long night goes on. Apparently a lot of dancing like this, and everybody's seen me and everybody's done stuff. So I get back to the hotel, and this girl is trying to come at me. I'm like, no. Like, but like, I am high on some shit. So she gets in the room and she's like, oh, come on. And she's like trying to pull my clothes off and everything. And I'm like, no. Now, you've watched enough SVU that they tell you still get aroused, right? Don't feel bad about it, right? You say it. SVU says it, right? So I'm like, I didn't watch it.
Lie.
I didn't know. SVU doesn't lie, but I didn't know anything about SVU back then, so I felt really horrible. So I had no Stabler or anybody, or what's her name that I don't like?
Olivia.
I had no Olivia telling me it was okay. It's not my fault. Like so this girl is very, very aggressive. Like, and I'm like, no. At the same time, she's like very, very pretty, and she's like trying to touch places that are like whatever. And she gets the clothes up, and like, I'm like, no. Meanwhile, I got things standing up in places they shouldn't be standing up, and then she climbs me like some kind of monkey bars and just like blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, I don't know what to do. I don't do. She did what she wanted to do, and then like I said, listen, she was like, she called housekeeping. They swooped that room, cleaned it all up. Luna came in an hour later. Man, I thought I was gonna get killed. Like, and I didn't know how. I wasn't gonna tell her I got raped by a girl. That nobody believes you when you say that. Yes, I put myself.
Both ways.
Yes. I put myself in bad situations in Australia. I shouldn't have done that. I put myself in bad space, but like nobody's gonna believe that. Like when I say that, people laugh, but it truly did happen, and I felt horrible, so horrible. And the next day, I asked guys, "What the flip, man?" Like, oh, we didn't take that, but you look like you were having a great time. Well, that girl was pretty. I was like, nah, man, like this lady was a trip. So like, she just, when she was done, whatever, she calls housekeeping, and then she just calls her daughter, and her daughter comes picks her up, and the daughter's like 22 or something. She was like super beautiful. It's like, "Hey, mom." I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like Australia's a crazy, crazy country, man. Well, I'll tell you, the women are really friendly. If you're looking for a good time, go to Australia. They're like great people. Everybody's so nice. Clubs are open all night long. I don't think anything ever closes. It's a beautiful country. They even get kangaroos. But beware, man. It will happen. It doesn't just happen in jail with other men. The women will get you there, you know. But it's a great country. I love Australia. I don't know how I went off on that rant. I don't know. And poor you had to listen to it. Now your mom has listened to it here. Now I'm going to have all kinds of heat at home. I don't know. It's going to be like, what? But I think I told your mom this story before.
I mean, you told me, but I didn't know it was Australia.
Yeah, it was.
But
Australia.
now I know.
Yeah, and it happens, right? It's not just on SVU that shit happens. It happens in real life, and it's not just women that it happens to. So, listen, dudes, don't be afraid to come out. Like that happened. Me, I know. I asked for it. I was in the wrong place for a long time, but still, it's not right. But I don't know. I shouldn't have taken the substances I was on that caused that. But still, it's still not right. So just if somebody says no, it's no. They're trying to say no, it's no. So anybody out there going through that, speak up. Don't put up with that shit, you know? Right? You too, do not take any shit, because I'll kill a dude they'd come doing that to you. You know that, right? I'll go hunt them down, and this is on audio, film, and everything else, right? I'll go messing with my daughter. All right. Enough of that Australia crap now. I feel like I was on like Jerry Springer or something. Like that's Jerry Springer. Throwing a few little people, this and that, and somebody's father, and there you are, Springer. You stabbed my daughter. No, your daughter raped me. Oh, what? No, the little guy did. No, whatever. But here we go.
Entertaining show.
It's Springer. Yeah, it's a nutcase. You know Crazy Chris Nelson? You know Chris Nelson? He comes out and visits. Yeah. He used to write sometimes for Springer. He was like Dog Boy on the Jerry Springer show. Remember the guy that came out and licked people's feet? That was him. That was Chris Nelson. You can see it, right?
A little, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know you were a Springer fan. I learned something new about you every day. Oh my goodness. I'll put it on more often. I was ashamed to put it on. I didn't want to put it on in the house and people go, "You're watching Jerry Springer." Although, how can your mom ever judge me when she watches Housewives of Atlanta and stuff like that? Like, I'm a good man.
She likes her bad TV. Yeah.
Oh, bad TV. But then I put Something Island on. I wanted to check out one time. You're not watching that. It was one of the island shows. I can't remember, like Paradise or something.
What? Paradise Island?
Was something like that. I don't even know. I just saw pretty girls and beaches, and she's like, watching that crap or whatever.
I don't know.
She shut that down.
I watched some bad TV, so I can't talk.
Okay. All right. Well, it runs in the family. All right. On to the next question, because we got places to be and people to see, and food to eat.
This is from Bodie.
Bodie, like Sim Bodie, like Bodie,
spelled the same way.
Bodie from Point Break, Bodie.
David, did you ever work with Jericho back in the day? If not, it shouldn't happen. 2 of the hottest acts of 1999.
Hottest acts. Woo! Yes, I did. I wrestled Jericho in WCW and WWF. WWF, I wrestled Jericho, and I actually beat Jericho in WWF. Not that it matters, because the match was silly, because I was working him, and he was in a feud with Chyna, and she came down to the rings, and how I beat him was with a Northern Light suplex, because I was telling you, a Northern Light suplex, but after she threw tampons at him. It was terrible. Like, it was just all terrible. She came down and she said, Chris, it must be that time of the month. Rest in peace, Chyna. You know, blah, blah, blah. You're acting all moody, making all these things. And she threw some tampons at him. And he's like, what? He turned around, Northern Light suplex, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I could never get a good win like that if it wasn't tainted with some cheese, you know.
Was it TV?
Yes, it was TV. Yeah. Oh, you're going to go look for it? It's out
there.
It's out there. It's out there. And then the other one I was wrestling is David Heath or Dave Heath, whatever it was. David Heath probably. And it was WCW. I don't think it was a Nitro. It might have been one of the Universal Studio shows or something. It was a good match with Chris Jericho. It was good. It was fun. Always aggressive because he has that Calgary edge to him, like that, or Canada, that Canadian edge, but that like a Calgary kind of style, which is really good. So, yeah. Enjoyed it. I know that my back's hurting and I'm not at the best of my peak of this month here, but like I would have looked forward. It would have been cool to try to have another match with him, but I don't know. Paths never really crossed, different circles. So on to next, what's in that box?
And this one's from Curve Solo.
Curve Solo. He's on.
Oh, okay. WrestleMania will be 2 nights again next year. What's your thoughts on WrestleMania being 2 nights, and the pros and cons of it.
Well, I mean, if you buy one night, you get the other night free. Nope. Nah. Well, there's one con to that. So I mean, you're asking poor person to buy 2 nights of wrestling and then you're cramming in 2 nights entertainment when it should just be one really awesome night and no more than 3 hours. It should just be 3 hours of great excitement and done. I think things get drug out too long and it's just too much and becomes too much gaga and this and this and that. I think WrestleManias are great. It's the Super Bowl wrestling. Super Bowls aren't short either. They got all the commercials and stuff like that. So if it's got to be 4 hours, it's got to be 4 hours. But definitely not 2 nights at all. Definitely not 2 nights. But it is the Super Bowl, and it's where, you know, everybody, wrestlers, you always, if you watch them like 2 months out before WrestleMania, their bodies start changing. They start dieting more, make an effort to watch what they eat and all that because it is the grandest of stages, WrestleMania. So it's a great thing. 2 nights, definitely no. Not for me. I don't think I've watched 2 nights of WrestleMania since they've done it. That's like the 3rd time now, right? Or something like that. Is this the second time? Second time?
How long are both?
I did like 5 hours or something. I don't know.
Jeez.
Yeah, but you know, I'll tell you what I do want to watch, and I want everybody else to look for it. It came out on Halloween. They announced it, but my phone's not working, Raymond. What'd you do to my phone? I left it over there. I don't know if you can see that, but boom, Cella Toys got out. They announced it on Halloween, so we actually got a Gangrel figure coming out. But it's a little. I think it's like the Hasbro retro ones, the kind of small ones, but super cool. Guys, blah. So yeah. I'm excited about that, so you can check that out. Yep, Gangrel, Gangrel. Go to hell. But there you go. So, yeah, there it is. So it's cool. I think they did a Luna one, the same. Announced it a couple days before Halloween. They announced this one on Halloween. Where'd it go? So yeah, looking forward to that. Check it out, Cella Toys. You can go follow them on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. Go look on my pages and you'll see it because we announced it on Halloween. So that was to change the subject. The WrestleMania. What's in the box? Tell me there's some more in the box. There's no more in the box. There's no more in the box. Oh my goodness, there's no more in the box. Raymond didn't do his homework, right? Missed a week. They did one ghost story on Halloween that I missed going up. So I'm sorry if I didn't chat on the live thing. I tried to even when I'm traveling, but I missed that whole Halloween ghost story one. But yeah. So
ghost story.
What?
The trip to Romania.
Oh, Raymond wants to. All right, so yeah, there's no ghost stories, but all right, so we have that. So a lot of good things going on. It's like funny how you got me back there again. So she uses it as a comfort thing too. I usually hold a
little, yeah.
Squatula over here.
Oh, if I don't have it, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Do you want to feel Squatula? He's like furry soft. You can put them together, a little match. They're like friends. They're like soft. Yeah, they're friends. You can hold them over there. Cadet never crosses them up because I think she's worried that Squatula will try to hump the little Gangrel and something, or vice versa. So you gotta keep them separated. Keep a good eye on them.
Got it.
So you know, it's funny when going through injuries and stuff like that, and then all this great stuff coming in, and I'm like, please don't let this hinder the stuff coming in next year. Like my schedule's already filling up. I just looked and I know I'm going to Poland next year for a show, so they're trying to secure a date up with me now for Poland. But that's cool. That's all right. I mean, I'm looking forward to that too because I've never been to Poland. But what I'm really looking forward to is going to Romania and Transylvania. So I think it's Romanian Pro Wrestling. I think it is. They're I don't know. They're kind of doing I'm not real big on like a GoFundMe type of things, but I guess they're wanting the money because it's not like, hey, they're just giving the money. They're going to give you, like, you get a T-shirt, you get, like, signed posters, and you get, like, a package for everything you do. But they're going to shoot a little mini documentary, so they're going to have me go to, like, Dracula's castle in Transylvania. And they're going to do that. They're going to show me going there and talking vampires and the history of Romania, kind of doing a really cool thing in Transylvania and in Romania itself. And then also, I'll be doing a seminar and then hopefully wrestling, body willing. So yeah, it'll be like a little mini documentary over there at Transylvania. So that's how cool is that to be a vampire? Cool. Wrestle as a vampire. Go over there to Vlad. That cool, like Dracula's castle and stuff like that. You know what it's close to? Bulgaria. They're Romania, Bulgaria. They kind of rhyme, not really.
But Bulgaria?
I think so. If your mom goes on a trip, I don't know, or you and your mom. Maybe we should go down and crash Metodi's Metodi Meadows' parents' house. But he says his friends have a better spot. He goes, "Oh, it's more fancy. They have AC and stuff over here." And I'm like, "Where do you live Where do you live in Bulgaria?" It's the same thing. Like Mira Rusev, Miro, like the same thing. I think like they have cities, towns, villages, or whatever. Just the villages, yeah. And so they're both from villages, I believe. Yeah. And they support both. I think they support opposite football clubs, but we won't even get into that. But yeah. I asked him, was he going to come? But we're not going to talk about why he's not coming. He's going to stay over here. But yeah, looking like maybe I might, because it's just a couple-hour plane flight to go to Bulgaria from there. So all the way over there.
Meadow, hook us up, please.
Yeah, oh no, he's already, his mom sent the bracelets and all that stuff. So, speaking of bracelets, you can get these cool purple bracelets for epilepsy awareness. They say love and hope on them for, I don't know what they are, a couple bucks on, what's the thing?
$1 on Big
Cartel. $1. Look at that. On where?
On bigcartel.com/WWO.
All right. And where can they buy a We Will Overcome shirt that you did not wear?
Same thing. bigcartel.com/WWO.
All right. So if you want to support in that way, you can go that and get something for it, right? You can get a bracelet or a t-shirt. So you want to talk the card on this Sunday, November 7th?
Sure.
What do you got on the card?
So far, I will be working Kylan King.
Oh, Kylan King of AEW. People probably seen it there and stuff. All right.
Should be fun.
All right. I should be a good match.
You might be working a certain Bulgarian that we were just speaking of.
He's going to hit a losing streak now. He's going to hit his first loss. So Metodi, right? Meadow. So I'm getting up in some Bulgarian. So what else? And we got a lot of like some of the CCW guys on there too.
Yeah, we got Noah King.
Which I like Noah. He actually originally first started with
us. Yeah,
Noah King.
Noah King with Saint Nick. Yeah, Saint Nick.
If he's not MIA, I'm not sure. Saint Nick going through his dramas, he always does, but hopefully he pulls through. Go on.
Saint Nick versus. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank.
That's the team?
No, that's not.
That's a pretty cool name. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank.
versus Alex Drake and.
Oh my goodness, Alex Drake! You made the card. What is going on? The guardian of the squared circle, Alex Drake. Whatever.
Alex Drake and oh my God,
it's all right. So, it's okay. Well, you got a lot of matches, about 6-7 matches. You got
6.
So let's talk about this. So Billy Fives is coming out of retirement to wrestle again. Now, he came out to wrestle your last show. South Florida legend. Actually wrestled all over the place, but very well known here in South Florida. Lives in South Florida. Is a psycho son of a gun. Billy Fives, Mr. Fives. And that's his shoot name, too. That's his actual name, Billy Fives. You would think, what the hell, that's a wrestling name? No, it's his shoot name. Kind of like Ana Blanca from the Bronx. Well, it's Ana Blanca Diaz, but it's still Ana Blanca from the Bronx. But Billy Fives is coming out, and he's wrestling who?
So I think AJ Donasso.
AJ Donasso of, what was he? What else? He was the Slambinos or something like that.
Something like that.
Okay, yeah. Well, also very well known in Florida and all around, all over. And Billy Fives has traveled extensively through Japan and different places in his career. Just kind of a guy that doesn't really give a shit and wants to beat everybody up. So always interesting when he's on the card. Last time he's on the card, I think he knocked out Siatso, Frankie. Like guys, last show I seen him on, he kicked him in the head with the knee and it was all downhill after that. I'm like, what'd you do? He goes, I didn't do anything. I'm like, well, you did something because the guy got knocked out. So it was always interesting. We got Mr. Fives in the house. Looking forward to it. I think he's dodging me. He didn't want that. My last match. This could very well be my last match of pro wrestling. I don't know. You never know. My moods keep swinging. Y'all tell me it's too soon to talk about it, but I'm thinking about it. Heavily thinking about it. So if I'm on the show, you might want to get out there and see me because it might be my last hoorah, hoorah, hoorah. And speaking of hoorahs, it's just time to say goodbye. So this was episode 23. We talked a little bit about horrible American Airlines and our travel and why Cadet got lost in the system somewhere. So she's still going, help me, like that fly when we talked about the fly with her. Help me, like she's somewhere stuck, Knoxville, somewhere. But I think she might have got home late tonight, early this morning. Hopefully, so Cadet, wishfully. We talked about epilepsy awareness, epilepsy warrior, your journey through epilepsy, wrestling, the We Will Overcome show, and the foundations. We didn't talk Bigfoot today. No Bigfoot. We did answer a few questions. We talked about going to Romania. We talked about the action figure coming out from Cello Toys. A little
bit about Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair. We also talked about how you don't take from strangers in Perth, Australia, but how great Australia is. And yeah, but definitely don't take from strangers. Although it was good, but you just get yourself in trouble. So don't do that, kids. That's a no. Drugs are bad. Right, kind of. What was it? I saw somebody commented, we were talking to poster, drugs are cool, so's a corpse in a coffin too. And then I said, I got like free McDonald's for so long. And they said, well, McDonald's will kill you just as quick as the drugs. I was like, I know it's not wrong at all. I think McDonald's is what killed my pops. That Big Mac or a quarter pounder a day. I'm positive. A lot of people blame. You ask my sisters or one of my sisters, or was it both of my sisters? I got a conspiracy theory that
it's McDonald's.
No, I think it was McDonald's that killed him. They think his wife killed him, my stepmom or whatever. But I didn't say that on the air, right? Yeah, I did actually. Speaking, I missed a birthday. Happy Halloween birthday to my half brother or my brother Daryl. So wherever you are, Daryl, if you're watching this, and your other brother Daryl, happy birthday, Halloween babies. Halloween babies are really cool. So no Kid Cadet today, but you gotta do it. So it's want some,
get some,
bad enough,
take some.
This is Fangin' and Bangin' with Gangrel, and usually Kid Cadet, but it's Miss Ana Blanca Diaz today. So everybody have an amazing day. Keep banging and banging.